Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss one more topic called web mining, which is a part of module 5. The World Wide Web is at the heart of the digital revolution, right? More data is posted on the web every day. Billions of users are using it every day for a variety of purposes. The web is used for electronic commerce, that is e-commerce, business communication, and many other applications. Web mining analyzes data from the web and helps find insights that would optimize the web content and improves the user experience. Data for web mining is collected via web crawlers, web blogs, and other means. Let us discuss in detail what the web mining is. Web mining is the process of data mining. Okay, it is a process of data mining to automatically discover and extract information from web documents and services. The main purpose of web mining is discovering useful information from the World Wide Web and its patterns. To say, for example, web mining helps to improve the power of web search engine by classifying the web documents and identifying the web pages. Say, for example, it is used for web searching, example like Google, Yahoo, okay, and vertical searching like Fatlens, okay. Web mining is used to predict user behavior. Okay, and if I take one more example, that web mining is very useful for a particular websites and e-services like landing page optimization and so on. So here, web mining is an application of data mining techniques to find information pattern from the web data. It helps to improve the power of web search engine by identifying the web page and classifying the web document. As I told, it is basically used in e-commerces. So if you see websites like Amazon, Flipkart, daily basis we will be using all that websites, okay, for our purpose. There are some of the characteristics of optimized website. First and foremost is appearance. Yes, obviously. Appearance of the websites, the appearance of the pages in the websites is very, very important. What this appearance is? This is basically a user interface, what actually makes the user attractive. So appearance is a presentation. So it is design, well formatted content, easy to scan and navigate, good color, contrasts like this. So the how the web page looks is actually the appearance. So that is the main important thing that attracts the user. Then coming to the content. Okay, what is content? It is nothing but the data or the information on the web page. Yes or no? Data or information on the web page. So what the content is? It is a well-planned information architecture with useful data, fresh contents. Okay, search engine optimized, links to other good sites. All this is a part of a content. So content actually tells about the quality of the website. Okay. Then another important characteristics is functionality. So whether is that web pages are accessible to all authorized users, okay, and the pages gets loaded faster, okay, and it will be having useful forms, okay, and it is mobile enabled or portable, okay. All these are nothing but the functionality. So these are the main three characteristics of a websites. The, so, so this type of contents and its structure, okay, of interest to ensure the web is easy to use. The analysis of web usage provides feedback on the web content and also the customer's browsing habits. This data can be immense use for commercial advertising and even for social engineering. So we'll move to next slide. The web could be analyzed for its structure as well as the content, right? The useful pattern of web pages could also be analyzed. Depending upon objectives, web mining can be divided into three different types, that is web content mining, web structure mining, and web usage mining. So we will see each one in detail. So web content mining usually contents in the web pages, the data or the information. Web structure mining is nothing but how one web page is linked to another web page. In turn, how one website is linked to another website. That is basically a structure. Web usage mining is nothing but it is the number of visits or clicks, okay, that the user clicks, okay, and the logs. That is web usage mining. We'll see in detail one by one. Web content mining, structure mining, and the usage mining. So web content mining. Okay, when I say content, is nothing but the data or the information, okay, or the knowledge that we get from that particular web page. Okay, so here web content mining performs scanning and mining of the text, okay, text or images and group of web pages according to the content of the input by displaying the list in the search engine. Okay, so it will be displaying the list in the search engine. So for example, if I say if an user wants to search for a particular book, okay, particular book, then search engine provides the list of suggestion. Okay, that is basically the concentration on the web content mining. So here, when I say the website is designed in the form of a pages, we know what is website? The collection of web pages. Okay, the collection of web pages with a distinct URL, that is universal resource locator, that we called as a web page, right? Okay, we have website. Web page. The website is a collection of web pages, right? And each website will be having a distinct universal resource locator. So a large website may contain thousands of pages. These pages are managed using specialized software system called content management system. Every page can have text, graphics, audio, video, forms, uh, applications, and more kinds of content, including user generated content. So if you take any web, if you go to any website, okay, you will find the web page. So the web page may contain contain text data. It may contain the audio data or video data. Video will be running on the side. Okay, there may be like if you want to sign in. Okay, there will be a forms. Yes or no? Okay, which will be having some text boxes or buttons, combo box, radio buttons. Okay, like that. Okay, this are nothing but the contents, okay, which comes under the content. So the websites keep a record of all requests received for its page or the URL, including the requester information using a cookies. The log of this request could be analyzed to gauge the popularity of those pages among different segments of the population. The text and the application content on the pages could be analyzed for its usage by visiting counts. Okay, for visit counts. The pages on the website themselves could be analyzed for quality of content that attracts most user. Okay, that means that what the pages on the website themselves could be analyzed for quality of content that attracts most user. More the user opens the website and visits the website, that means the contents are of good quality. Okay, thus the unwanted or unpopular pages could be weeded out, or they can be transferred with different content and style. Similarly, more resources could be assigned to keep the more popular pages fresh and inviting. Say, for example, if we take the example of news website, Times of India, Deccan Herald, yes or no? So, and Amazon, okay, Flipkart, any website, the content should be always a fresh content, okay, and it should be always a informative content. Then only it will actually attract the user. Otherwise, it will be like unused web pages. Okay, so when I say quality of the content, that means it is viewed or it is visited by many users. Next we discuss on web structure mining. Okay, when I say web structure mining, okay, it helps to find useful information pattern from the structure of hyperlinks. Structure means, you remember, we will be talking about the hyperlinks. What is hyperlink? Hyperlink is nothing but which link one page to another page. That is nothing but the hyperlink. So here the web works through a system of hyperlinks using the hypertext protocol, that we call it as HTTP. Any page can create a hyperlink to any other page. That is, it can be linked to by another page. So here the web structure mining can be used to discover the link structure of the hyperlink. It is used to identify the web pages are either linked by information or direct link connection. So here the web structure mining can be used to identify the web pages are either linked by information or direct link connection. The purpose of this structure mining is to produce the structural summary of website and similar web pages. Say, for example, here one example I have told. Web structure mining can be very useful to companies to determine the connection between two commercial websites. Okay, so here the structure of web pages could be analyzed to examine the pattern of hyperlinks among the pages. There are two basic strategic models for successful websites, that is hubs and authorities. Okay, authorities. Hubs and authorities. In next slide, we'll discuss in detail. Yeah. So there are two basic strategic models for successive website. One is hubs, another is authorities. Okay, just a minute. I take a pen. Okay, so these are the two basic models. What is hub? Remember, hubs are nothing but pages with a large number of interesting links. Okay, hubs are nothing but pages with large number of interesting links. So in a coming slide at the end of this presentation, when I discuss about the algorithm of web mining, I'll give you more insight into what is hub and what is authorities. Okay. So for time being, you understand what is hub. Hubs are nothing but the pages. Okay. With a large number of interesting links. So here they serve as hub or a gathering point where people access a variety of information. Media sites such as yahoo.com or government sites like other related sites, okay, could serve the purpose. Okay, and next is authorities. So people could gravitate towards pages that provide the most complete and authoritative information on a particular subject. This could be a factual information, news, okay. It can be a okay, factual information, news, advice, user reviews, and so on. These websites have the most number of inbound links from other websites, okay. Say, for example, that mayoclinic.com could serve as a authoritative pages for expert medical opinion, that is NY Times. Okay, medical opinion that we opinion that is nytimes.com. Okay, nytimes.com could serve as an authoritative page for daily news. NY Times uh, could serve as an authoritative pages for daily. Okay, so Mayo Clinic for medical opinion, NY Times for daily news. Next, we move on to our one more category or a model that we call it as a web usage mining. So, web usage mining is used to mine the weblog records. Okay, that is very important here. Web usage mining is used to mine the weblog records. So, as a user clicks anywhere on the web page or application, the action is recorded by many entities in many locations. Okay, when suppose there is a button, okay, there is a web page, okay, inside the web page there can be a hyperlink or there can be a button. Okay, so when user clicks anywhere on the web page or application, the action is recorded. Okay, clicking is one action event, we can say, is recorded by many entities in many locations. The browser at the client machine will record the click, and the web server providing the content would also make a record of the pages served and and the user activities on those pages. So the browser is also recording and the server is also recording. The entities between the client and the server, such as router, proxy server, or ad server, okay, two would record the click. So, so here you can say the client is there, the server is there, okay, and the intermediate servers, intermediate routers, okay, all is also recording the event happened, okay, or the click happened. So the goal of the web usage mining is to extract useful information from the data, useful information and the patterns from data generated through web pages, okay, web page visits and transaction. Just a minute, I clear the drawing. Okay, so what is actually the goal of web usage is to extract the useful information or the patterns from data generated, okay, through web page visits and transaction. The activity data comes from data stored in server access logs, referrer logs, agent logs, okay, and even client-side cookies, okay, in the browser side. The user characteristics and usage profile are also gathered directly or indirectly through syndicated data. So there is a further metadata as a page attributes, content attributes, and usage data are also gathered. So here uh, it is basically as I told, okay, web log records, mining the web log records. So web servers register the web log entry for every web page. Okay. Analysis of similarities in weblog records can be useful to identify the potential customers for e-commerce companies. Okay. So that is the main usage of web usage mining. So next we will see one second, the web usage mining architecture. So here web usage or the web content would be analyzed in multiple levels. Okay. So here we have a server side and the client side, okay, like this. The server side analysis would show the relative popularity of the web pages accessed. Those websites could be hubs and authorities, okay, that I'll explain you. So here the web usage mining is at multiple levels, okay. The server side, what is server side? Okay, server side. So, server-side analysis would show the relative popularity of web pages. Okay, it shows the relative popularity of web pages. So, web usage mining, how actually it is useful in a step-by-step form. So, website, okay, visitors, website users, customers. Okay, so whatever the action they do, it is stored in the web logs. Okay, and the click streams, then uh, the data is gathered or the action is gathered, and it is prepared for the data analysis. What are the things done? Identifying users, identifying number of visits, identifying which page is visited most, okay, and summarizing activity data, what action was taken by the user many times, okay, like that. Once all this is gathered and prepared, that we call it as a data preparation, okay. The once the data preparation is done, then we use the uh, data mining techniques, okay. So data mining techniques, that is mine data for usage pattern, okay, user profile, web page profile, web optimization. For this purpose, we use the different data mining algorithms to mine the things, mine the patterns, useful patterns or profiles, and so on. So as I was telling, it can be one second. It can be at two levels. Okay, that is one is server side analysis. Okay, is a web usage mining server side analysis. So what a server side analysis would show the relative popularity of web pages accessed. Okay, they basically concentrates on hubs and the authorities. Okay. So next is the client side. Okay. So client side analysis, two types of analysis, server side, client side. The client side analysis would focus on the usage pattern. Okay. Usage patterns are the actual content consumed and created by the users. Okay. Usage pattern could be analyzed using click streams. Okay, analysis, that is analyzing web activities for patterns of sequence of clicks, okay, and the location and duration of visits on website. Click stream analysis can be useful for web activities analysis, software testing, market research, and analyzing employee productivity. Textual information accessed on the pages retrieved by user could be analyzed using text mining techniques. The text could be gathered and structured using the bag of words technique to build a term document matrix, which we discussed in the previous class under the topic called text mining. Right. This matrix, that is, we term document matrix (TDF). Right. TDF could then be mined using cluster analysis. Okay, and association rules for patterns such as popular topics, user segmentation, and sentimental analysis. So, web usage mining has many business applications. It can help predict user behavior based on previously learned rules and users' profile, and can help determine lifetime value of clients. It can also help design cross marketing strategies across products by observing association rules among the pages on the websites. Web usage can help evaluate promotional campaigns and see if the users were attracted to the websites and used the web page relevant to the campaign. Okay. Web usage mining could be used to present dynamic information to users based on their interest and profiles. So this includes targeted online ads and coupons at user groups based on the user access patterns. So this is about web usage mining. So in the next slide, we discuss about the some of the algorithm, okay, algorithm of web mining. Yeah, we discuss about web mining algorithm. So here, there are many web mining algorithms, okay, but it is we are not going into detail because it is not outside the scope of this syllabus. Okay, I'm just give you the introduction of the algorithm, what actually web mining algorithms, which are what are the algorithms comes under web mining. It is just a introduction. Okay, so in detail, actually, the web mining algorithm is a vast topic. Okay, here it is not given, but I'm just for the knowledge purpose, I'm just discussing here. So that is, we call it as web mining algorithm. One of the popular algorithm that in short we call it as ITS. What is ITS? ITS is nothing but hyperlink induced topic search. Hyperlink induced topic search. That in short we call it as a ITS. So is a link analysis algorithm. Okay, which helps in rating the web pages. Okay, which also known as hubs or authorities. So this HITS algorithm was developed by John, okay, Kleinberg. It was first developed by John Kleinberg. So it was a precursor to the page rank. Okay. The idea behind hubs and authorities stemmed from a particular insights into the creation of web page when the internet was originally formed. Okay, that is certain web page known as hubs served as large directories that were not actually authoritative in the information that is held, but were used as compilations of a broad catalog of information that led users directly to other authoritative pages. In other words, a good hub represented a page. As I was telling in the previous slide, hub is nothing but the page which is having an informative links. So here a good hub represents a page that pointed to many other pages, and good authority represent a page that was linked by many different hubs. Okay, that was linked by many different hubs. Okay. Uh, its algorithm identifies good authorities and hubs for a topic by assigning two numbers to a page. That is, what are the two numbers? That is, first one is an authority and another one is hub weight. These weights are defined recursively. Higher the authority weight occurs if the page is pointed to by pages with hub weights. A higher hub weights occurs if the page points to a many pages with high authority weights. Okay, I repeat once again. There are two. Okay, there are two uh, numbers. Okay, assigned to a page. So in its algorithm, what are that? One is authority weight, another is hub weight. So higher authority weight occurs if the page is pointed to by pages with high hub weights. Okay. Higher hub weight occurs if the page points to many pages with high authority weights. So to illustrate that, I have taken one example. I'll show in the next slide regarding the automobile example. So before that, this algorithm helps determine the relative importance of any particular web page by counting the number and quality of links to a page. So this was first invented by Google co-founder Larry Page. This algorithm is used by Google to organize the results of its search function. Okay, the websites with more number of links and or more links from higher quality website will be ranked higher. Okay, it works in a similar way as determining the status of a person in a society of people. Those with relations to more people and or relation to people of higher status will be accorded a ranked high. Okay, ranked accorded a higher status. So page rank algorithm is the algorithm that helps determine the order of pages listed upon a Google search query. The original page rank algorithm formulation has been updated in many ways, and latest algorithm is kept a secret so other website cannot take advantage of the algorithm and manipulate their website according to it. However, there are many standard elements that remain unchanged. These elements lead to the principles for a good websites. This process we call it as search engine optimization or SEO. Okay, I'll show you one example for this hubs and authorities. Hello, let us consider this automobile uh, makers, top automobile makers. Okay, so here it contains valuable information on the subject. So here we have, yeah, this is one. So here that if we try to find pages that contain the query words, what is the query words given here? Top automobile makers. Okay, this is the query words. Okay, this will be the starting point. A different ranking system is needed in order to find those pages that are authoritative for a given query. Okay, say for example, just a minute. As I told, that the starting point are nothing but the to find the pages that contains the query words is the starting point. So a different ranking system is needed in order to find those pages that are authoritative for a given query. Say for example, page I is called an authoritative for a query automobile maker. Okay, if it contains valuable information on the subject. So official websites of car manufacturers such as www.bmw.com, Hyundai.com, www.mercedes-benz.com would be authorities for this search. Commercial websites selling cars might be on the authorities on the subject as well. These are the ones truly relevant to the given query. These are the ones that our expects back from the query engine. However, there is a second category of page relevant to the process of finding authoritative pages. Okay, authoritative pages, that is called hubs. The role is to advertise the authoritative pages. They contain useful links towards the authoritative pages. That is, I'm talking about the hubs. In other words, hubs points the search engine in the right direction. Say, for example, in real life, if I take real life example, so when you buy a car, you are more inclined to purchase it from a certain dealer that your friend recommends. So let us take one analogy. Okay, the authoritative in this case would be the car dealer, and the hub would be your friend. You trust your friend, right? Therefore, you trust what your friend recommends. In the World Wide Web, that is www, hubs for our query about automobiles might be pages that contain ranking of the car, blogs where people discuss about the cars that they purchased, okay, and so on. So, John Kleinberg's algorithm, which is called HITS, identify good authorities and hubs for a topic by assigning two numbers to a page, as I told before. That is, one is authority weight and another is hub weight. These weights are defined recursively. Okay, a higher authority weight occurs if the page is pointed to by pages with high hub weights. Okay, so next, a higher hub weight occurs if the page points to many pages with high authority weights. Okay, so this is about a simple example about the its. So to conclude, here the web has been growing resources with more content each and every day, and more users visiting it for many purposes. Yes or no? We ourselves we do in this lockdown time. Most of the things we depend on online. So a good website should be useful, easy to use, and flexible for evolution. Okay, from the insights gleaned using web mining, websites should be constantly optimized. So we discussed three types of levels in web mining, that is web content mining, okay, web usage mining, and web structure mining, right? Okay, web content mining is nothing but the data or the information or the knowledge that we get from the websites. Okay, web usage mining can help us to discover what content users really like and consumes and help prioritize that for improvement. Web structure mining help improve traffic to those sites by building authority for the sites. Okay, thank you.